Magandang hapon po. Ito po yung ating podcast, Iparas kay Paras. At nagagalak ako na kasama natin ang ating butihing kaibigan, kasama natin sa pagdepensa ng ating bayan, si Ka Eric Celis. Magandang hapon, Ka Eric.
Yes, magandang hapon, Congressman Jing. Ako po'y natutuwa at akin pong karangalan na maimbitahan na makapartner mo sa Iparas kay Paras dahil marami tayong pag-uusapan na napakahalaga po para sa ating mga kababayan, lalo na po sa usapin ng mga lumalalang political crisis at ang epekto nito sa ating buong mamamayan. Congressman Jing, simulan na natin dahil direct to the point ang format ng program mo. Gusto mo bang magkomentaryo muna sa naganap na special session para mainit-init pan marinig ng taong bayan dahil nagkaroon na ng panibagong majority block, 13 senators at nagbutuhan ng panibagong Senate President and other officers of the Senate at gentleman as he is, si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano po ay bumaba na. Congressman Jing.
Well, isang ano lang yan, isang salita lang yan. Mayroong kasabihan, you cannot fight City Hall.
Okay.
Kasi alam naman natin na kung binigyan lang ng freedom of choice ang mga senador, hindi sana magkakaroon ng talagang kaguluhan dyan. Pero pinakialaman nitong ating tinatawag nilang bangag na Pangulo na he has overstepped his bounds as belonging to the executive department.
Tama.
Na pinapakialaman na niya yung another department, which is the Senate. And isa lang ang nakikita ng karamihan, if not all, siguro, is to protect his personal interest, to protect the interest of his minions, na takot na kung matuloy yung investigasyon sa Blue Ribbon ay talagang mabibisto sila.
Yes.
Sa kanilang pagka-mastermind or involved in a massive corruption and so on and so forth. So, yun ang nakikita ko, yun ang punog dulo sa tanong mo na at the end of the day, talagang ang poder ng executive department, which controls almost all agency and weaponize it for the certain purpose of, threatening the members of the Senate for filing cases. Alam mo kasi, yung sistema ng hustisya natin kasi ka-Eric, ay very susceptible. Like, yung justice system natin, especially itong heinous crime, that you are imprisoned first before you are even judged. Yung non-bailability of an offense, nagiging ammunition, nagiging instrument for coercion. 'Di ba? So,
yung denial of liberty nagiging mabigat na panakot.
And this was utilized by Marcos and his cohorts.
And you're referring to the case how they attacked Jingo Estrada.
How they attacked Jingo Estrada. Mabuti na lang may paninindigan yung tao. Pero paano naman yung walang paninindigan na takot na makulong?
Yes.
Even before they are able to prove their innocence, they are already in jail. Yun ang kinakatakot ng mga senador. Kasi makukulong muna sila bago nila maligtas yung sarili nila.
Denial of liberty talaga.
Denial of liberty, and this is utilized by government to instill fear. Kaya kayang-kaya nila na i-twist yung arms. Well, so, I would not deny the fact na si Escudero is a victim of that.
Maganda binanggit mo yan, Kong.
Si Joel
Villanueva.
Bakit po? Hindi naman tayo nanghuhula. Inanunsyo na ng ombudsman na si Escudero ay masasampahan na ng kaso. Si Joel Villanueva, mayroon nang
Mayroon
sinasabi yung si, I think, Yusek Bernardo na may ikakaso na.
Yes.
So,
o kung wag mong kalimutan, pati si Senator Marcoleta,
si
tinakot na.
Marcoleta, tinakot na rin.
And all non-bailable.
So, nauna yung pananakot bago mo na-prove na may kasalanan sila.
Mabigat talaga.
Mabigat. So, natural, kung ang kakampi mo ay yung tao na takot na matutunan na siya ang mastermind, gagawa ng buong puwersa ng gobyerno
Tama.
para makuha niya yung kanyang mayoriya sa Senado para hindi na magkaroon ng hearing na matuklasan pa ang mga sikreto na kabulastugan ang ginagawa nila.
How dangerous, as a final question, to this segment natin, Kong, kasi lilipat tayo sa mabigat na mga usapin. How dangerous to democracy? Ito lalo na yung constitutional balance of power, check and balance, itong nangyari ngayon na ginawa ni Marcos.
Unang-una, democracy was trampled upon.
Niyurakan talaga.
Niyurakan in the issue of majority in the Senate. Very clear sa Constitution that majority is comprising the
All members
all members
of each house.
So, if you look at the all members of each house,
It should be 24.
Klarong-klaro yung mga bayad ng mga opinionated lawyers or mga deans or even the IBP for that matter.
Even si Carpio.
Even
justices.
Even justices of the Supreme Court.
My goodness.
I mean, very clear sa Constitution that 24 pa rin ang members based on the rules of the Senate, and only the Senate can remove a member of their
Senate
own,
member.
di ba? Pero Jinggoy has not been removed. Pero recently, because siguro dinukot yon, biglang nagbigay ng preventive suspension.
Ang Sandigan Bayan.
Ang Sandigan Bayan.
Too late na, 2 linggo na nakalipas.
Tama. So going back to your anong nangyayari, kawawa naman ang mga legitimate na mga senador na ang plano lang nila is to work and exercise their rights as members of the Senate, and they were elected people. Diba?
Anong delikado nito, Congressman Jing? Sa buong bansa, why the people should be concerned sa ganitong high-handed, garapalan, at talagang walang kahihiyan na pangingialam ni Marcos sa independence ng
Wala
Senate?
lang patay na yung demokrasya. Patay na yung Bill of Rights.
Yun.
Patay na yung right of the people to seek grievance. Kasi the very people that you will seek grievance with are the very people that you are accusing of doing offenses to the people.
Tama.
So paano? How can they incriminate themselves
Correct.
when they are the ones being accused of?
Tama.
So, kaya gusto nila makontrol na yung buong institution. When do you ever how could you remember, or what can you remember about the National Bureau of Investigation being utilized to be security of a building?
Grabing palusot yun, Congressman
When can
Jing.
they be the one executing a warrant of arrest?
And they are being used to manipulate security condition at the Senate para magkaroon ng lockdown, silang gumagawa ng report.
Precisely. So,
very obvious.
So, kung sa panahon ni Trump, galit na galit si Trump that Biden has weaponized, this is even, our country is even worse. Itong tinatawag niya lang lawfare.
Lawfare.
No.
Ibig sabihin, ang batas po ginagamit as instrument sa panunupil.
So going back to the Senate, which transpired this morning.
Yeah, this morning.
Eh, if the president takes sides, when you elect a president, he's the president of all people.
Yes, of the entire
He's not a
country.
president of one faction. Kasi
Tama.
tapos na yung eleksyon eh. Yung partisanship mo ends when you get elected and you become the president of the entire Filipino nation.
That's correct.
Pero kung you take sides, you use your political power to favor a group
Mhm.
and utilize other agencies
Yeah.
to the extent that that group will be favored in their function,
Mhm.
in their leadership attainment, parang ano pang separation of power, di ba?
Wala nang check and balance.
So there's nothing to say na there are three branches of government. There's only one branch of government,
And that's the Marcos government
and the
lang.
Marcos government.
Wala na.
Because even the Supreme Court is trying to exercise independence.
Ah.
Pero halata naman din sa hindi sila nakikialam eh. Alam nilang an institution is being destroyed and yet they're not doing anything.
Ito kung matapos yan na pinitik ng lantaran ang SALN ni Marvic Leonin.
Yes.
At sinabihan sila that you are also impeachable officials. Mukhang nag-backtrack ang Supreme Court. Pero ibang topic namin yan ni
Ibang
Congressman
topic.
Jing. Pupuntahan
Pero
namin
ang
yan.
point ko lang is, itong nangyari today is a clear manifestation of executive power
Yes.
controlling over
Good.
an equal branch of government and controlling the affairs under the pretext, kasi alam mo, under the
Grabe, no?
Constitution, pwedeng magmaang-maangan ang Pangulo
Yeah.
under the guise of passing urgent bills. But these bills are not really urgent.
Correct.
Sasabihin niya na
Kailangan ko to.
kailangan mag-special session. But the special session is nothing but an instrument to help achieve his ends of putting his minions
In the leadership of the
in
Senate.
the leadership of the Senate.
Klaro. Mga kababayan,
Diba?
thank you Congressman Jing ha. At ito naman puntahan natin at ito po ang pinakasentro ng episode namin ni Congressman Jing. Medyo mag-extend kami dito ng mga 5 minuto karagdagan sa episode na to
Yes.
or sa segment na to. Congressman Jing, naging controversial ang hindi natuloy na supposedly Cayetano-led, Marcoleta-led Senate Blue Ribbon Committee
Yes.
na panghuli na sana at ipinakita muli ang 18 former Marines or 18 former soldiers na naging whistleblowers plus may 4 na inilantad. So imbis na ito ay maging official Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, for whatever reason there is internal to the Senate, na hindi natuloy ang mga senador at naging tinawag na lamang kahapon sa media na Mike Defensor Ribbon Committee. With a joke pero mabigat na pasaring sa ating kaibigan na si dating Congressman Mike Defensor.
Ako, with due respect, kami ni Mike, matagal na kaming magkaibigan.
Yes.
We were together in the impeachment proceedings.
Nag-abot ba kayo as congressman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Since 1998.
Oh, nag-abot pala
Magkasama
sila.
na
ha?
kami.
Mm.
Kasi we were originally, ang leader namin si Belmonte.
Si Sunny Belmonte.
Oo.
Si Sunny.
Tapos later on, dahil of my closeness to Villar, so sumanib kami ni Villar. Hindi na kami naging minority, kundi naging majority. But sila Mike, they remain minority.
Okay.
So, nangyari nito, our friendship, even during this time na we are gathered to defend the rights of our people, to seek grievance of against excesses of government, incompetence of government, nagkasama-sama tayo. Pero nakita ko kasi na, well, I don't want to cast aspersion, but very clear na there are certain, I don't want to say that Mike has certain agenda. Pero napupuna ko that dito sa treatment ng 18 Marines, Parang mayroon silang agenda.
Ang Marines o sila Mike?
Sila, Mike.
Okay. And you're coming from a point of view as a colleague in the Broad Alliance?
Yes.
Okay.
Kasi, alam mo, nananawagan sa mga grupo natin, lahat,
Mhm.
na magpunta doon kasi magkakaroon ng Blue Ribbon Committee.
Ito yung kahapon,
Itong kahapon.
11.
Mm.
Sorry. June 16.
June 16.
June 16.
Magkaroon ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Nakalagay doon sa mga GC na punta kasi magkaroon ng Blue Ribbon.
At nakapost sa Facebook.
Nakapost. At we presume that since kaibigan sila ni Senator Marcoleta, that it was an official. Pero
Again, official information na naibigay sa kanya.
na magkaroon ng nagkaroon ng Blue Ribbon, pero hindi naman pala totoo na talagang ang mga senador ay pupunta doon because unang-una I discovered later on na wala naman palang official na hinire ng Senate yung lugar.
There was no Senate contract.
There was no Senate contract, there was no Senate personnel, and I think Mike is aware of this.
Oh.
Ikaw, anong tingin mo? Kasi
We were there 7 a.m. pa eh.
no.
Sarado ang buong gate.
So,
and you were contacting me na ano na ka Eric ang sitwasyon, matutuloy ba? And every group there was asking. Hindi ko rin masagot kung Jing kahapon.
Ang masama lang kasi nito, kung kasama natin, tapos hindi nila sinasabi yung totoo, magagamit tayo sa kanilang personal na interest.
Yun ang point mo.
Yan ang point ko.
So, you don't have personal differences with Mike.
Wala.
Klarihin natin. Your difference, bakit ka nagkakaroon ng public criticism, is because we are in the alliance.
We're in the alliance,
Okay.
pinapunta mo yung mga grupo natin doon, nananawagan ka, but you were aware na walang ganun na mangyayari.
So, parang sa tingin mo, you feel deceived kahapon or misled?
Yeah, where we felt misled. Tapos, at the end of the day,
Press conference lang pala.
press conference lang pala.
And we were not consulted.
And we were not consulted.
And you were there
And
kahapon.
we were made to believe na darating.
Nandun kita tayo eh.
Ako kasi, parang Eric, alam natin yung pasikot-sikot sa batas eh. Alam natin yung kung anong opisyal na darating yung Senado at kung hindi darating because doon sa setup.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Walang Senate staff,
Walang Senate staff.
walang advance
And
party.
yet, we are made to believe pa rin na dahil may access sila daw, tayo naman in good faith naniniwala sa kanila, parang we felt deceived. Ang pakiusap ko lang sana, kung nakinig man itong people like these people na we are trying to mention, wag naman sana na nilang gawin uli. Na yung mga kasama nila sa movement, kasama nila
Sa malawak na
sa
alyansa
malawak
na to.
ng alyansa, ay magamit for their own personal interest.
And you were mentioning about the effects to the former 18 soldiers.
Yes.
Bakit mabigat ang epekto dito sa kasalukuyang sitwasyon kung hindi ito maayos na ma-handle ng maayos sila?
Well, ka-Eric, no, I want to be frank and honest lang. As early as there was this talks about these 18 Marines coming out, as a lawyer, I already said to them na dapat ilatag nating maayos.
Sinabihan mo direkta si Mike.
Si Mike, kasi
At pati si Baligod.
hindi ko nagkasa, kasi alam ko naman si Mike ang handler ni Baligod eh.
Okay.
So, I told them na dapat kung ipoprobar natin yung kanilang sinasabi na nag-deliver sila ng maleta, there must be an individual affidavit na nagsasabi, ito yung role namin.
Oh.
Ito yung role. Ito
Bakit
yung
mahalaga
role.
yan?
Mahalaga yan kasi sure ka na sino yung inaakusa mo. At sure ka na may dokumento ka or ebidensya ka na itong tao na ito sapol talaga doon sa akusasyon mo. Pero kung akusasyon lang, wala kang detalye
ng bawat isa na to.
bawat na isa nito, kung anong role,
Okay, ngayon ko lang na-appreciate yan.
I already told them that na dapat individual. Bakit buo? At saka ini-enumerate lang yung walang specific details about
ng
their
mga-
role in the reception of maleta.
Or delivery.
Mm.
At
Kasi-
yung Congressman Jing ang binanggit exactly the way you observe na, mga kababayan, ng Senate Bloribo nung mangyari ang hearing sa Senado na nahihirapan ng mga senador masundan
Kaya hindi mo
dahil hindi na breakdown ng affidavit.
hindi mo tuloy nothing personal, hindi mo tuloy ma-pinpoint kung how sincere these people are, or they only have their personal agenda and they just use this 18 Marines for their own purposes. Kasi alam mo, paring Eric, kawawa din itong mga Marines.
Sige, go ahead, Congressman Jing.
I spoke with them, some of them, and I said, alam natin, there are 18. Alam natin na some or even most of them are accurate in their allegations. And
Ako din naniniwala.
talagang may ebidensya sila to pin down
Like si Martin Romualdez.
yung mga crocodiles.
Oo.
Ah.
Si Sandro.
Pero mayroon namang iba na nag-akusa sila na pagdating sa korte, hindi nila maprubahan kasi wala naman silang direct evidence na ito mismong inakusa nila ay tumanggap.
So yung pagpupuna mo, hindi lamang sa perspective na bahagi tayo ng alyansa na to, kundi bilang abogado.
Bilang abogado at bilang pagdepensa nitong ating mga, well, they call him the bayani, pero ayaw kong makulong itong mga tao na ito kasi pag sampahan ng kaso yan, hindi mo maprobar directly na tumanggap yung sila ang mapipinsala.
Silang babalikan. At nangyayari na.
Kasi kung ginawang individual at mapakita sa mga grupo ng mga abogado, we can pinpoint now, ito, okay ito.
Mag-file tayo dito.
File tayo dito. Okay, ito, file tayo dito.
Ito, hindi pa ito
ito,
pwede.
hindi pa ito pwede.
Okay.
Dahil yung sinasabi
Now I know.
nila na mga tao na kailangan magprobar, tulad ng mga assistant ni Saldi, yung si Mark Tiksay.
Yung mahawak ng records.
Mahawak ng record. They're not there.
Wala pa, oo.
Yun ang maglilink.
Tama. May punto ka dyan, Congressman Jing.
Pero yung positive na may picture sila, may video na itong mga inakusa nilang tumanggap ng balita ay talagang tumanggap, then mayroong kasabihan dyan, we should separate the chaff from the grain.
Ano yung mabigat at mas madali nating gawin
Kasi hindi naman natin
kaysa
sila
hindi pa pwede.
Hindi naman natin pwedeng gamitin lahat yan.
Shotgun approach.
Na shotgun approach. Kailangan, out of the 18, I think, mga 10, mayroon silang prueba. Di, kasuhan na natin individually sa ombudsman.
You were speaking about, instead of using for propaganda value, why not emphasize the probative value? What is this?
Probative value is when you're able to successfully prosecute the case
Hindi lang simple na nagsasalita ka.
and convict the respondent.
So you think propaganda pa lang ang level nila?
Well,
O may probative value na rin?
yun na
nila?
nga, dahil out of friendship with these people, hindi naman natin sila pwedeng, pero halatang, little by little, nakikita natin na they might be using this. Halimbawa, example, a very useful aspect.
Ngayon,
dito.
sige, go ahead.
Yung sinasabi ng Marines na nag-deliver sila ng pera kay Trillanes.
Para sa...
Allegedly. For the use of the ICC.
Iyon.
Yun, ilabas natin yung mga tao na yun. Let's choose them and let them come up with the evidence. Kasi, unang-una, mahal natin si PRRD. Pwede magamit ito.
doon sa case ni PRRD
Yes, oo.
and even before the United Nations.
United Nations or sa ICC,
ICC.
na hindi pwedeng
Mm.
kung magkaso kayo dahil yung mga ano ninyo,
Pandaraya.
pandaraya,
Panunuhol pa.
panunuhol, lumatanggap ng suhol at mga ano, at yung tao na interesado na makulong si PRRD,
Si Marcos,
si Marcos at saka
Si
si
Romualdez.
Trillanes,
si Trillanes,
na talagang atat na atat, ay mapipindown natin na yung mga pinipili niyang mga testigo against the former president are trump up
Charges.
witnesses.
At yun, Congressman, mga kababayan, may detalye yun.
May
yung
detalye
binabanggit
yun.
mo, nakita nila mga tao, events, alam
Pero
nila kung
mahirap
saan.
yung puro kwento eh.
Tama. Pero hindi dahil walang individual affidavit, Congressman, Jing, mga kababayan, hindi po yan na-emphasize. Ngayon ko lang ito na-appreciate.
Because,
Dahil
you know,
nandun sa loob lang eh.
kaya nga mayroong sabi na nila, case build-up. Ano ba yung case build-up? If the DOJ or the Ombudsman is doing that, ikaw rin na abogado, kung kliyente mo ay nag-aakusa, kailangan din mag-case build-up ka para yung inaakusa mo ay mapoprobahan mo.
Doon, yun ang probative value.
Yun.
At
ang
hindi lang
sinasabi ko.
pang press conference.
Pero dito kasi, wag naman ikagalit, may mga tao na talagang I would just presume na they're using the 18 Marines for themselves. Pero I'm not saying that the 18 Marines
ay mali sila.
ay mali or hindi sila bayani
Tama.
na
Klaro yun.
nagbuhay sa kanilang buhay. Hindi lang maayos ang paglatag sa kanila.
Klaro tayo doon. Congressman Jing, babalikan natin yan sa isa pang episode pero hindi ko to palalampasin ang question sa iyo. For this episode kasi magandang topic itong binuksan mo ngayon. Tungkol sa public criticism on a positive note na binubuksan natin ang publiko na tayo ay hindi blind alliance kung hindi makatarungan tayo sa posisyon.
Wala kasi tayong agenda, paring Eric. Ikaw, wala kang agenda.
Wala.
Ako, retired na ako. Ang akin lang ay ipaglalaban lang natin ang hustisya, ipaglalaban lang natin ang karapatan ng bawat Pilipino
Yeah.
na hindi abusuhin ng gobyerno.
Yeah.
I don't even care kung
Papansinin tayo ni Sara Duterte o hindi.
sino ang maging sunod na presidente.
Yeah.
Mayroong tayong constitutional successor.
Succession.
So let that come as a matter of course.
Correct.
Pero ang tinitingnan natin, ako from the start since 20
2023.
2022
22 pa, nauna kay.
hanggang
Hanggang
ngayon.
ngayon,
Nag-umpisa na ako ng
pagpuna.
Even my first pagpuna, paring Eric, yung scam ng sugar. Na
Alala
yung
ko yan.
isang executive secretary na sinipa.
Si Vic Rodriguez ang tinutumbok dito.
Oh,
At sugar quota scandal yun.
Inano na namin yan. Dinenounce na namin yan. When he was still part of the administration.
Hindi pa siya tumawid sa
Hindi pa siya
opposition.
tumawid. I don't know kung talaga bang tumawid yan. Ha? But whether that is true or not, lumalaban na tayo sa Department of Agriculture. Naging pangulo itong
Naging secretary
tinatawag
siya.
nilang presidente na bangag. He bungled his job.
Yes.
So pinupuna natin yun as early as now. Wala pa tayong, even the vice president was even part of that government of Marcos.
I agree. Nakita ko yun.
Bumibira na tayo.
Kita doon.
So wala tayong agenda na nagpasipsip tayo kay BP Sara or
Kay
kasi
Marcos.
doon pa siya, tinitira na natin si Marcos eh. Kasi mandami ng kabulasnugan.
Ang una mo nga expose, yung appointment na may rate, pati yung may anomalya sa customs, iupo sana nila. Ikaw ang unang nagbanggit, no?
Yes.
May record ng tao to, i-appoint nyo to sa customs.
Yeah.
I remember that was 2022.
So, iyon mga kababayan, sana nakiusap tayo sa mga kasama natin. Kung may personal agenda sila, kung nag-ambisyon sila maging kandidato for senator or kandidato for, wag naman tayong gamitin for their purposes.
Yung buong alliance, ha?
Buong alliance. Papuntahin tayo roon, knowingly na wala naman talagang mangyayari, pero pinapapunta. Like, Governor Chavit, kawawa naman yung tao.
Mabuti binanggit mo yan.
Ikaw, anong masasabi mo kay Governor?
Oo.
Nagamit nila.
At actually, isa ako sa direktang kinausap ni Governor Chavit. I was not able to talk to Congressman Mike Defensor, kay Congressman Jing ko na lang na-relay kasi hindi kami nagpang-abot ng oras kahapon. Governor Chavit felt betrayed na parang niloko siya, napapuntahin doon, hoping na may Senate Blue Ribbon Committee investigation at siya ay magsasalita.
At saka,
nag-prepare pang kaibigan natin.
At saka presuming na mayroon, pero pagdating doon, nag-raise tayo ng issue na wala naman ito. Pero ini-insist ng someone na, pare, dalating yan, we will cure this defect and so on, so forth, dalating. Knowingly na hindi naman talaga darating dahil kausap niya yung tao na magko-conduct ng there was no sanction from the Senate President. So bakit mo masabihin na bakit ka maglagay ng abiso na may Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing knowingly na wala naman.
Okay, babalikan namin itong episode na to pansamantala kasi alam po natin na kayo naman ay may mga lakad pa at asikasuhin. Antabayanan yung kadugtong na episode nito. Huwag po kayong mawawala. At ang aming punto ni Congressman Jing, ang nagsasama ng tapat at nagsasabi ng totoo, matagal ang pagbubuo ng pagkakaibigan.
Yes. Ang atin lang, ang agenda natin is good government, reform, at saka we're fighting against corruption. So pare-pareho tayo pero wala lang gabitan.
Yeah.
Kung mayroon kayong personal agenda, sa inyo lang 'yan. Pero wag niyo kaming gamitin para magiging audience nyo or maging supporter nyo. Kasi kawawa yung mga followers namin.
At ang pagsasabi ng totoo sa mamamayan ay pagiging tamang leader ng sambayanan.
Yes.
Hindi ka nagugumon sa panloloko.
Tama.
Mga kababayan, kasama niyo po si Congressman Jing Paras, si Ka Eric sa isang special episode na to. May kadugtong ito, episode na ito. At huwag kalimutan, mag-like, mag-share, mag-promote at mag-subscribe sa Iparash kay Paras.
Magandang hapon. No hard feelings. Truth will also always set us free.
And we are joining the call that unity for truth and transparency in actions will strengthen the alliance. So we're not burning bridges, we are constructing a more formidable alliance. Kaya kami open sa pagpupuna.
Thank you.
Thank you.